Hi, how are you? Have you, th- Hi Megan. I know we know each other, but I just wanted to introduce myself anyway. Have you ever wondered what it was like for babies right after they're born and how their body transitions from being inside the belly to outside the belly? It's pretty cool. Um, so babies are in water inside your belly so they don't breathe. And so as they come through the birth canal, it squeezes all of that stuff out of their lungs so that when they're out, they can take that big first full breath in of pure air. So the breath that they take helps fill tiny sacs in their lungs, and that helps push all the fluid out. And crying is actually super great for them because it helps get the fluid out even better and a little bit more efficiently. And then it helps their lungs be able to expand and work on their own. The baby's circulatory system is wild. So inside, it goes one direction, and when they're born, it completely flips the other direction, and different flaps in the heart close so that it can't go back the other direction. Um, and so, um, yeah, sorry. And it happens just really, really quickly. And so as they're starting to learn how to breathe, their blood starts to go a different direction. And so then their heart helps their lungs and their body expand. And so then their bloodstream starts taking in oxygen and air from the outside. And it's just like this, it's just an amazing experience. So when the baby's trying to keep warm in the womb, they always had the perfect temperature, right? Because they were inside your body. And so when they're outside the womb, it's a huge adjustment. They can't shiver very well. And so they lose heat really, really fast. And so they rely on what we call like the brown fat to stay warm, or you to stay warm. So like that's why the skin to skin is so important, because if they're to your skin, they'll regulate to your body temperature. And that's also why we like to keep them really dry, and we dry them off really fast. Um, so the other thing that we can talk about is like blood sugar regulation. It's not usually too big of a problem, especially if babies are eating well. But when they were inside your womb, then they got their blood sugar regulation from the food coming through their umbilical cord into their body. And so when they're first born, they have this stored sugar in their body from that. And until your milk comes in, they kind of use that to kind of supplement the sugar that they need to function. And that's why we really encourage, like if you're breastfeeding, the colostrum does wonders. And if you're bottle feeding, just giving them, the recommended amount of food per their age. Um, so, something else to kind of just think about is the four transitions are breathing, circulation, temperature, and blood sugar regulation. It all happens right in those first few minutes after they're born. And that's why, you see some babies, or you hear, some babies are a little bit shocked and stunned. And it's just because their body is doing this really great work in order to sustain life. And it's just this really amazing and incredible experience. To watch and to be a part of, and also just to know like that their body knows how to do those things. So if you have any questions, just let me know.